say action, we'll do it. Ready? Action.
We are Team Andersons.
My name is Adam Anderson. I am a researcher here at Oak Ridge National Lab. I also have a joint faculty appointment with Tennessee Tech, so I get to do both. I have 8 kids and a wife. I love them all. Everything I do is for them. So I'm very passionate about what I do for a living. I work with machine learning, artificial intelligence. I work with communications and radios. I work for a national lab, and I love what I do. So I have a really broad competency, which is also what helps me be a one-man team, is I can do it all. I can code, I can do the math, I know the physics behind it, I know the principles. I've worked with software radios. I treat it as something fun that I do, because I enjoy competition, I enjoy coding, I enjoy all the STEM aspect of what I'm doing. But so the idea of the SC2 is can we make autonomous radios? Can we make radios that are self-driving, as it were, around the spectrum, in order to make the wireless technology, the communications that we all need for all of our devices? Can we make it smoother, safer, faster? And it's not just people, it's everything's going to become connected. The devices in your home, the refrigerator, the washing machine, your car, it's all going to be connected to the same medium, which we call the spectrum, right? And it's scarce. So what we need to do is we need to find ways to better use it. And I think that's really at the heart of SC2, is how do we use the spectrum better? And so that as we solve this problem now, when the world needs it, it'll be there to take care of all the communication needs. When I was an undergrad, I had to do a senior design project, and it was a robot soccer competition. So it was one-on-one, you built a robot, you had one, the other team had one, kick the ball into the goal, right? That was the whole point. So a lot of teams started developing large artificial intelligences to do this. But again, I don't want to spend a lot of work doing it. I want to come up with the most simple solution. So what I did was I treated the robots almost like magnets, right? You know how opposite polarities will attract each other, same polarities will repel. So all I did was I told my robot, pretend that the other robot is the same polarity as you, so it forces you away from it, okay? But have the ball be opposite polarity, so you're attracted to it. And what was cool is when you let it go, that's all I told it to do. And the robot would act like a soccer player. It would avoid the other player, it would go get the ball, and it would score a goal. You know, fast forward 20 years, I'm in SC2, and I'm doing the same thing, but now we're doing it with radios. We need to move in the spectrum away from everybody else, because we don't want to interfere with them. So it's just like these magnets I put on these robots for the robot soccer competition. I now put them on the radios. So my radios will naturally move away from other people, and they'll kind of self-organize into this network that's collaborative and cooperative, which is the whole point of SC2. Game theory is an important part of SC2, specifically the collaboration that's involved. As teams collaborate in this game, in this case, how they cooperate together, how they share the spectrum, and how they try to increase their score. As they collaborate, they're able to come to an optimal solution where they arrive at some equilibrium, which is the best you can do, which is the whole point of the competition. If you're not able to communicate with the other radios, the best you can do is look at the spectrum and then make decisions on your own. So what you'd have is a bunch of networks on their own, looking at the spectrum, making decisions, and it would just turn into a big mess. It might actually cause more harm than good. So I think the winner of SC2 isn't going to be the biggest team. I don't think it's going to be the ones with the best programming experience or the ones with the most academic degrees. I really think that this is it's a social behavioral problem. I think it's the team that's able to look at what's going on and really say, how do we define our radios so that they act appropriately when they're collaborating with each other. And I think that's who's going to win the competition. So what I want to do is, since in the time that I have, is come up with something clever, something small. Can I just give my radios just enough intelligence so that when they're put into the competition, their behavior is what I want it to be, without telling them all the time exactly what to do. For the first Spectrum Challenge, SC1, I was the bottom seed going into the tournament, and I was able to win because I like to be the underdog. I like to be last. I like for people to tell me that I'm not able to do it.
Well, he's definitely a happier person when he's doing anything with a competition. He's one of those crazy people who, when he was in school, actually liked things like standardized tests. It just makes him happy. So he's happier, we're all happier. The kids have something exciting to think about that they know that their dad's working on.
If this competition was just whoever can write the best C code to implement 4G technologies, then I wouldn't even be here. I want to be here to do crazy things, to do different things. If I see other competitors doing one approach, I'm going to do something else. right? So they're inadvertently making me do things that, though it may sound crazy at first, I'm hoping they result in fantastic behavior that helps me to win.
Hi, I don't know if it's special, but during, sorry.
Are you getting choked up?
I get choked up. During the PE1, I didn't win, right? I wasn't one of the prize winners. And so I remember calling my son and telling him, and just, I felt bad. Yeah, they think their dad's the best, right? So it was hard to, sorry. It was hard not to win for him. So, but it was very motivational for the second year, because I didn't want to disappoint him, so I was able to perform a lot better. And I guess what I've noticed as a parent is your kids do what you do. You have a lot of similar likes, and because they're watching you all day, every day. And so I want them to see me doing things like SC2.
So right now, where I am near the back, that's exactly where I want to be. So that's what I saw at PE2. I saw other teams doing better than I have been. And that's the only motivation I need to come back later and beat them at the end of this year.